All right, thank you for tuning in to the Turnbuckle Tapes. I am the viral voice, the algorithm assassin, Liam, and I am here with my tag team partner. He's no longer referee Sean. He's going to become professional wrestler Sean here in a few short weeks.
I mean, I'm hoping to keep both hats, but yes, this is true. I am on my path to my debut. I'm very nervous, very excited. I can't wait. I'm excited to be here with the algorithm assassin, Mr. Liam. Law in the house. Liam against women's wrestling is
And we got a very, very special guest with us here today. We got the one, the only, the fire-bellied Giga Herrera. How you doing today, sir?
Before we start, I have to say this real quick. It's in my contract. I am trained by the 2-9 Dragons Den, and I was trained by the none other legend than Michael Sean. He is the best. He made me who I am. He's an amazing person. He's also very handsome, especially in his career. And I love him so much that I wish that I was in the other team to really be with him. But all right, the contract. That was my contracted saying. Now we can talk about other shit.
Contract has been obligated.
What
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hell? Oh my
You're
God.
welcome, Michael Sean. You're welcome, brother.
Yeah. So
his bald head ego getting bigger and bigger by the
just having more payments from Randy and everyone else.
If he saw it in the ring last night, his head would have popped and he would have heard it underneath the ring.
Oh my God. You are so right.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so for those that don't know, Giga is now officially you've done 2 international tours now, haven't you?
Just one. The second,
Just one.
the second one's in my dreams right now. No, I just came from the Philippines. I've wrestled 2 shows in the Philippines. That's what it was.
Okay, because I remember you mentioned it's something about Japan or something.
Oh no, I was there on vacation, brother. I was there for the food.
Oh, okay.
I didn't wrestle.
No, I'm not there yet, man. Not yet. That's definitely a bucket list on before I go away from this wrestling world. I definitely would like to wrestle at Japan for sure. But yes, I wrestled in the Philippines. I wrestled in 2 different completely federations on the same day. Filipino Pro Wrestling (FPW), and then the second show that day was Puso Wrestling. Both were fucking awesome. They have their own strengths and weaknesses, but both federations are fucking passionate about what they do, and it was just humbling to see, like my people pretty much like being as passionate of pro wrestling as I was. So it was
That's
super cool to be part of that environment. Um, and I cannot be prouder of those 2 shows. I can't wait to try to come back. I hope I get enough money to go back there and really support their shows. And hopefully they will want me back. So
Yeah, definitely.
it was really
So
Do they have to view their shows online?
Puso Wrestling's on YouTube right now. They do streams, which is cool. So one of the cool things they do is that, so you know, in the Philippines, it's hard to get shows like commonly. If that makes sense, right? Funding is tough out there, so they do what they can. So Puso, what they do is super sick. Is at their dojo, they stream at their place,
oh, that's cool.
yeah, and they don't have like a lot of audiences out there, so they would stream it like weekly, and then do like 4-match card, and I was part of that card, and but it's really professionally made. It's really wonderfully done. Like their camera stuff, their commentary, it's amazing, and I just saw the results of it. Like after they like package it and edit it, it's cool, super cool.
That's sick.
And then they do actual shows. I think they do it monthly.
Okay.
So, but they're growing, and it was such a cool concept. FEW, they do monthly shows as well. I was able to do their first second show, if you will. Like it's like a dojo show for their up and comers and newer stars, and they invited a couple of wrestlers from Singapore to come over. That's what's cool about like that area is that um, wrestlers from Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, they all kind of like cross paths in this environment. So like it's not just Filipino wrestlers, it's Singaporean wrestlers, Malaysian wrestlers, and they all kind of come together. So it's such a cool thing because like when I think of here in America, people are coming from Texas or from New York or from Seattle. This is kind of the same thing. So it's more international. So it's it's an interesting concept to me. Like, you know, coming from America, you don't think like other international people are coming together, and it's such a huge thing for us. Meanwhile, over there in the Philippines, it's a commonplace just as much as someone from Texas coming to California.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense. I mean,
go ahead, Liam.
I was gonna say, I mean, you have like all these different countries that are about the size of the states, like over here, so it makes more sense that you kind of have like those different cultures, kind of like mingling with one another. You know, going to different shows over there. That's super cool, though.
100%.
I personally feel like the United States are almost, in regards to laws, similar to international countries. Like, for lack of a better term, here in California, you go buy an eighth of weed. You go somewhere in the South, your ass is in for 20 years. So
That's true.
it's very similar with here in the States too. But that brings me to my next question because unlike the States, all these countries have different languages and different dialects and different ways to communicate. What was the communication like with all these different cultures? Were they using textbook wrestling speak in English, or were they using their own dialect and you had to learn that?
No, man, you'd be surprised. Like pro wrestling is its own language in its own right. I mean, you know, Sean, like body language is everything pro wrestling when it comes to communication. When I was working at Thiago, he was able to tell me what he wanted to do through body language. He spoke English, by the way. Like we were able to communicate through English, but like it was very similar. Like you know what? Let me just say simply, it's the same. It's pretty much the same over there in the Philippines. Like I don't know why I was trying to make it like a runabout way of saying it's the same. Like you could say international, you could say suplex, you can say DDT. You know, like all the moves because they grew up with WWE. You know, so like.
So
It's the same language.
Term, they know the moves and terminology in English, even though they don't speak English.
Yeah, for sure. And us also like the Philippines, learning English is a mandatory thing. So you have to know English in the Philippines. So when I came over, it was easier for me to communicate through English. But obviously, I kind of grew up here. I don't speak Tagalog. That's the Filipino language. So they had to translate it to me. but overall, yeah, it was like it's still the same concept. It's amazing how professional wrestling can just exceed through language barriers. You know what I mean? Like it's so cool. Like we all bonded through pro wrestling. I remember when we were training, yes, everyone was speaking a different foreign language. And while I didn't quite understand some things, I hear whoa in the background. And I'm like, hey, that's I know that. And we bonded over that for like 5 minutes. And like
that's cool.
You know what I mean?
That's so
it's such a cool thing. Yeah. Yeah, it was such a great time over there.
So how did the Philippine trip come about? Like go into that a little bit because that's a like large leap because you've done because if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong, but like you've done a few promotions around here and I think you might have traveled elsewhere, but to be booked...
Yeah, I jumped the card a little bit. I definitely did. Like I was kind of the first time. Like I feel like as a pro wrestler, you have to kind of build up to international status.
Mhm.
I've been traveling locally still in pro wrestling. So Bay Area, Sacramento, Stockton, I stayed in that realm. Um, it was actually a vacation, if you will. Um, it was like a personal trip that my family needed to go to, like personally, to go to the Philippines.
Mhm.
Um, I put it upon myself um, that if I'm over there, let's see what happens. Let me just talk to the the biggest federations that I know of in the Philippines, and let's see where it goes. And both of them like instantly responded to me, and I was actually very surprised at how fast things went. Um, I ended up training with FPW, and Puso Wrestling was opening their arms to me to work for their show, and I feel like because I had the balls to just say, "Hey, let's see what happens," it happened. So,
That's cool.
so I definitely jumped the gun. I definitely kind of took a couple steps forward than I should have, but I know I guess I can say I'm an international wrestler. So
Cares?
Yeah,
Capitalism is capitalism. You took a couple
that's
steps
right.
forward. Oh darn! Oh darn! Oh man! All those people are gonna be mad at you for doing what they would have done. Fuck them, dude. Fuck them.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. But now it's funny now. I think to myself now I gotta take a couple steps back and try to get some shows out of California. Now I gotta figure that out. So that's my mindset.
Gotta get out of the state of California now. With the rest of this country,
Yeah, totally.
definitely
Yeah, that's
the
that.
same as California.
But I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
sick
the.
though.
Yeah. Thank you,
Like,
thank you.
like you just got a wild hair up your ass. You're like, no, let's see how this pans out. Obviously, panned out very well for you.
Hell yeah, brother.
Thank you. I'm in this mindset of so in my opinion, I started this journey very late. Um, I started this journey when I was 33.
Okay.
So that was about 2 years ago. So I'm in this mode of catch up that I need to, if I'm going to do this, if I want to achieve this childhood dream, I want to see how far this goes and I want to do this as fast as I can. Um, so I am in this mode of like, I want to learn everything and I want to experience everything. And I've been at this state of mind for the past 2 years. I've been very assertive of me trying to go to different shows and saying, "Hey, where can this lead to? Where can I train? Can I train out here? Let me explore Oasis Pro. Let me explore West Coast. Let me explore Next Level. Let me explore East Bay Pro Wrestling. I want to see how they do things because I've been so fascinated with the world of pro wrestling that now that I finally said, "Fuck it, let's do it." Let me experience everything before my body says no to me.
Yeah.
And so that's been my philosophy for the past like 2 years. And I cannot be any more grateful to myself that I actually did this. So I really just wanted to put it out there that that's my mentality when I think about pro wrestling is I want to know everything as fast as I can.
It's totally understandable. I mean, it's at least since I've been watching like TWF. I think I saw one of your earlier shows when you first started because I've been watching TWF for about I want to say almost 2 years now. But since then, like it's been really cool watching you and kind of coming into your own and like growing as a professional wrestler. And I know on the episode that we did with Assassino that the blood sport match that you guys did at Wreck the Halls was like my favorite match of the night. Like I really liked your guys' pacing. I loved the storytelling that you guys did, and that was it was a great match. Like everything else on the card was great, but that was the one that stuck out to me that night. And you know that it's cool to see that growth that you're going through because like I it's hard for me to catch some of the other promotions, but I do see like you mentioned that you're going to like East Bay Pro Wrestling or Oasis Pro Wrestling and hitting these other promotions and stuff like that. So you're obviously from the outside looking in, like you're going on a upward trajectory.
Thank you. As for that match, I really do love that match too. What I love about wrestling is storytelling, being
Yeah.
able to tell a story through violence and like like I, let me rephrase that. Like I
No,
actually am
why?
not that. I'm not a violent person, believe it or not. Like what I love about pro wrestling is that how people are telling stories through physicality.
Honestly,
Mhm.
martial
That's
artists
what
and
I mean.
pro wrestlers aren't violent people outside of the shit they do.
No, for sure. And what I loved about that match was we didn't have to do so many things, and we were able to pull off I think this rivalry that we built the past year. And when I think about it, it gives me chills because like I remember those pictures that Aaron took and what Laura took and what DS Visuals took, and both our faces are telling excellent story
Yeah.
about like
Yep.
overcoming the odds and you know it's a really cool match, and I can't believe I was able to tell that story. And like Assassino giving it his all and willing to like get bloody for the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make me look like a fucking monster.
Yep.
I cannot be grateful. I love working with him. Like shoot, shoot. Like Assassino is a fucking awesome pro wrestler, and he's
Yeah.
highly, highly underrated.
He's very.
And I am very shocked that he's not working any other place. He needs to be going to other places, brother.
He's
Like
very.
he
Very
should be in
No,
every.
he's really good.
Oh, cool. And he is the yin to my yang, and I love working with him. So like I don't say that enough to him. So if he hears this, I hope he comes up to me and like hits me or something. I don't know. I don't know. He's we're chill. We're chill. You know what I mean? So we don't really get. I don't really get a chance to talk about this stuff with him. But every time we have a match, that's when I get a chance to like actually like say, hey, this is gonna be fucking sick and all that. So.
Yeah. So I actually had a question I've been meaning to ask you for a long time. So I'm not sure if you're still using it, but I know at one point you were using Elvia as your entrance from the Mars Volta. So what is there a connection for Giga to that song, or are you just like a big Mars Volta fan? Because I'm a big Mars Volta fan myself.
Before you got on, Liam, I literally told Giga, I was like, I'm really sad you don't use the Mars Volta song anymore.
You know, I wish there was a better story to this, but I just love that song.
Mhm.
That's all it is. And like I was just look. Oh, okay. So backtrack. Like Giga Herrera was trying to attempt to build a faction in TWF,
I remember
and
that.
I wanted to have a different song that wasn't the Arrival by Atmosphere. I wanted it to be different because we were going to go for more of a darker route, like a cultish like vibe.
Mhm.
Like so that's why Dandy is it Razzle or Dazzle?
I'm not. Which one is Dazzle?
I think he's Dazzle. I think he's Dazzle.
I'm gonna
No,
say he's.
no. Dazzle is the other guy. Anyways, one of those guys was Dandy Chrisley,
Yep.
and he joined with me, Giga Herrera, and he was gonna be like the conscious in my head to do dark shit. So I wanted to build a different thing with it, but circumstances happened, like it fell through.
Mhm.
A lot of like personal reasons fell, and because of that, it fell through. But okay, and that's the reason why I wanted a different song. And to be frank with you, Liam, I just picked that song because I like that song. There's no
Hey.
hidden meaning or anything, and like and then I added like Apex Legends in the beginning with Revenant saying like, "Have you said your goodbyes?" Because I just wanted something cool. Like there is no hidden meaning
It
behind
was
any of
just
it.
sick. It was just a
Good
cool.
song, man.
No, it is. Well, I mean, especially if you're
Great
gonna go for
song.
like occultish like themes, I think Mars Volta hits the nail on the head. I mean, like,
Perfect for what you're trying to portray. Yeah.
yeah, those dudes are all into the occult and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, but
No, for sure. Like that was the idea, but because it fell through, people like the DJs at the shows, they were getting confused. Like they kept putting on that song, and I just never corrected them.
yeah,
I was like, "It's a cool song. I'll go with this. It's okay."
Whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really like. It was only until yesterday I finally said to the DJ, like, "Hey man, like I can't use that song anymore. It doesn't make sense. Just use the Arrival, please." So,
yeah.
well, I'm retiring it. I'll probably bring it back someday.
No!
Well, next time when you come out to that song, you'll definitely get a pop for me.
Yeah, I might even be your
You know
rap.
what? You know what?
Yeah.
Liam, if I see you at a show, I'll be like, do I have that song? I'll talk to the
Yes.
DJ. If I see you, man, I'll have him play it. It'll
Hell
be
yeah.
our turnbuckle insiders.
I'll give you the nod of
So,
approval. Just.
I love it. I love it.
I'll find you. I'll come out and I'll look for you and see if you're bopping your head to it.
Oh,
It's
I'll
a great
definitely be
song. It
bumping.
really is.
No,
So
it is. Francis the Mute is by far one of my favorite Mars Volta albums. Like the flow of that album is amazing, and the story is amazing. From that album, like the backstory. Yeah, just big Mars Volta fan. Cedric and Omar can do no wrong in my eyes.
I wanted to play The Widow, but it's so
Ooh,
slow.
yeah, no, it's definitely like
It's such
the
a slow song.
so Liam,
yeah.
I think I've answered my own question, but of the split of the Act Driving Boys, you're a Mars
Ooh.
Volta guy.
So okay, so so I love Mars Volta. Not excuse me. I love At the Drive-In as well. I think like Acrobatic Tenement was a great album. In Casino Out is great.
See, that's
Relation
amazing.
like everything prior from Relationship to Command for like before that amazing. Like even all their side projects like De Facto, Omar's like solo stuff, Bosnian Rainbows, like holy shit. Like those two dudes are just like amazing musicians and like just yeah, they could do no wrong in my eyes. But yeah, I do like Mars Volta a lot as well. I never got super into Sparta, but they're okay.
I'm the same. Went the same route as you. I got way more into Active Driving than I did Sparta after. I'm sorry,
Is
way more
Sparta
into
like
Mars Volta
Mars
and then
Volta?
Sparta than I did when Active Driving split up. Sorry, Giga. We went into some nerd fucking late
No, it's
early
okay. Like
2000s scene core metal bullshit.
Yeah.
you literally lost me. I'm sorry. You
No,
literally lost
I
me.
don't blame. That's why I'm apologizing. I'm saying I'm sorry. So
Nerd
I
out real
totally
quick.
like
to bring it back
I
to
totally did the classroom thing. I went to my phone. I'm so sorry, brother.
you play Portal.
Yeah, I played.
Yeah,
I
you
was like,
fucking
I was on my phone, like,
nerd.
yeah.
Last night was an interesting night for you as poor Giga got to interact with all of us dread happening every once so often. He got the old heckler last night at
Ah.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this, aren't we?
we are going to
Okay.
talk about this because like he got clowned on by a bunch of the rest of the crew for you too.
No,
So
the heckler got clowned on.
heckler got clowned on.
Oh.
Get the experience, and then I'll talk about all the clowning that happened to the heckler.
Yeah, I got heckled. Um, it's definitely a unique feeling. Um, I've never done like performance before, So obviously I played. Wait, let me take it back. I've done performances, but not about it, like an audience were able to react in a certain way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So pro wrestling's the first time I'm doing something live and like you can't edit things. So going out there, getting heckled and trying to do my thing, it's definitely an interesting experience. I never like it's deafening, you know. And I had someone record my match, and you don't hear that heckler playing back. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it's a deafening, like everyone's loud and having a good time. But then when I was up there, all I heard was this asshole just talking about me and me being. I think he was being racist a little bit, if I remember correctly.
Someone was. It wasn't the main heckler, but someone did say something kind of racist, and I was like,
Yeah,
cool.
like like
The main
Johnny.
heckler was more about your weight and being boring. There was someone else who said something kind of racist, so. Which was funny.
Yeah,
The heckler was talking about your weight when he's fucking twice your size. But anyways,
Sounds like projection.
you know, I I get that a lot too. Like when I wrestle out there, I get a lot of people talk about my weight, and I look back at them, and motherfuckers like barely breathing. Like,
these
They got an
motherfuckers have
oxygen
the
tank.
confidence you have, dude. These motherfuckers don't have the confidence you have. Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
yeah, so that doesn't bother me. Like the weight stuff, I've kind of like grown thick skin, like because I'm a thick boy. You know, but I got thick thighs, brother. No, but this one was a little different because it actually controlled the crowd a little bit, and I never had a match where the heckling was so like obvious that like Torch and I actually sped up the match a little bit because of it. So, but that's what it is, right? Pro wrestling's about like reactions and being able to tell your story. So, I think Torch, God bless him, he's fucking amazing. I'm glad I got the chance to work with him. He's one of my bucket list wrestlers, so I'm really proud that I had this match with him. And during the match, he was like, "Hey guys, let's go faster." And I was like, "You're right," because this heckler is telling us to go faster, pretty much. You know what I mean? He's saying that our match is a little boring because we're not picking up the pace. It's interesting because it's that one person, you know.
Yeah.
And he's putting that seed into the minds of everyone else that's watching you.
Yeah, exactly. It's an interesting thing because, and then when we sped up, the heckling was still there, but it didn't bother me as much because now we're in this fast pace and he has no excuse anymore on calling it boring.
He kind of slowed down once that happened.
Yeah, and we also did some cool shit. Like, there's no excuse at this point, you know. But again, like when I watch that match, I'm doing the same things, that I've been doing for the past 3 months. The same, like not to toot my own horn or anything, but the same type of match were highlights of the night.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's interesting. Like when I went in the back and people told me don't let it bother you. It was like, wait, why is it bothering me? Because this is what we do. We're supposed to be like reacting to what the audience wants from us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, how do we give enough, but still give something for ourselves?
Yeah.
Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it's such an interesting thing. And I was definitely in that state of mind of like, man, why am I bothered by this? And I don't have an answer right now. So it was an interesting night last night.
It was next level last night, right?
No, this was Manteca TWF. This was yeah. So he you were busy last night, bud.
Yeah.
The roster had your back in regards to once we figure out who the heckler was. So J. Cruz came out for his match. The dude has his hand up for a fist bump. J. Cruz just walks right past him. So serious, not the dude at all.
You get nothing from me.
He starts mimicking my count in the ring for double downs. So I typically do 1, 2, 3. So he starts doing that. And I'm like, man, fuck you. So I'm getting the 6. I'm like, 6! And he's all 6. And I'm like, he looks at me, he's like, no! And then I do 7, and he goes, do it long. I'm all 7. And I'm staring right at him as I do the count. The
That
last,
makes me happy.
yeah, the last one was Landon. Landon went up to him, and he goes like, "You didn't do anything." And I just fucking puffed up, walked to him all aggressive, act like he's gonna put him in a headlock, do anything, huh? As soon as the dude tense up, let it go. Give him a titty twister. Thanks for coming out, bud. Walk back.
I saw that. I was actually there. Like I went in the corner to watch the last match. I saw Landon talking shit to the heckler, so I really appreciated that.
The crew had your back, dude. We were fucking with him just as much as he was fucking with you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It feels like being a heckler at a wrestling show is like being the heckler at a comedy show. It's like you might want to tread lightly when you're doing that.
You know, if you're doing it, you're probably gonna get shit back. Like,
Yeah.
you should expect it if you are doing it.
Yeah, I can't say I haven't heckled before, but you know, like if I had a response,
I will never forget this heckling. I'm down in Oakland in 2014 at an A's game, and the A's just called up this catcher, and he missed a ball. And I'm like, "Hey, you miss a ball like that, you'll be back in Sacramento." And he immediately turned right towards me, and I was like, "I'm going to die."
fucking eyeballed you.
Dude, he was ready to fight. I was like, "Oh God, oh my God."
That's funny. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like if you do, yeah, like I said, if you do heckle, like expect something back.
You gotta expect some shit's coming back. If you're heckling and if you're heckling and you can't take the shit back, get the fuck out the kitchen.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
Fucking.
I was like, now that I've experienced my first heckle, now I got to come up with like comebacks now.
Yeah.
But, next time I have something to come back with. I think I said something, but it wasn't like cool. I just said, "You're me" or whatever. I don't remember. like it wasn't Giga Herrera that said something back. You know, it wasn't clever, and I think that's what made me like a little bothered. It's like, oh, I could have done something cool. I could have said something really awesome, but I didn't. Whatever. I was too caught up with like.
You gotta go find that guy and go flame him on social media.
No. So I have this thing where like I'm Giga Herrera in the ring, around the ring, and wrestling related things, but like outside of it, I'm Sean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to like I told Sean about this. Like I'm all about balance for my life. I'm trying to find the balance. And one way of me doing that is definitely putting pro wrestling in this pocket. And when I'm in this pocket, I'm 100% in this pocket. But if I'm out of it, I have to be out of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will be talking about it every day, get burnt out by it, because I'm easily burnt out. I was a filmmaker for 10 years, and I was 200% at filmmaking. And now, like, it's hard for me to think about going onto a set that's like 18 hours and like not wanting to like go jump off a building. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
Dude, totally get it. Like,
yeah, so I'm trying my best to find this balance, but obviously it's not working because I'm working like every Saturday until like mid-May. So like,
I mean, there's a difference. If you're working every Saturday till mid-May, and then all of a sudden come mid-May, you're working once every 2 weeks, that's different. You just gave yourself a little bit of a busier schedule for a set time, and then they're balancing out later. That's where you got to give yourself credit. It's balance is an up and down thing that will always rotate, but it's best to keep it as close as possible. It's never going to be 50-50. Never. You just got to keep
Now-
it as close as you can to 50-50.
And I feel like that's just life in general.
Yeah.
No, for
But-
sure, for sure.
but
Thank you
yeah,
for this, Sean. I really appreciate it.
No, and Sean's got to love each other, bro. Liam, you're an honorary Sean right now. All of the Sean.
Yeah. But now-
Us Sean's got to stick together.
Goddamn
Well,
right.
it's kind of funny that you touch on that, because at least from what I've seen in like documentaries and behind the scenes stuff in pro wrestling, like a lot of the people kind of bleed their personality into the character, and then you kind of like, I don't know if it's everyone, but it seems like you kind of lose yourself in that character, like when you're in that mode. For
I want to talk about this because my heaviest drinking is when I was trying to be IPA. So
I love that name.
yeah, I do too. Isaac Potter Adams IPA. It's a great name. But when I was really trying to do that, it was when I was drinking hella. So like the character bleeding over into the real life or vice versa was a real fucking thing.
It's funny you say that, Liam. When Giga Herrera is working face, it's definitely me 200%. Chill, but and gets real hype and like passionate and like, you know, likes to entertain the crowd. But with like heel Giga Herrera, which has been like an interesting journey for me because I never wanted to play heel when I was going to start out this journey. But then I kind of evolved into like Giga Herrera as a heel is like my favorite thing to do, is because it's started to become like the outlet for me.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm such a people pleaser, and I like people like having a good time around me. I like the good vibes. But with Giga Herrera as a heel, I get to really like be angry and let myself be angry and let myself like be petty and be cocky and really like express how really fucking good I am, you know, and be pompous, and it allows me to do things I can't really say out loud when I'm out and about. So
Yeah.
it's like my id. Like Giga Herrera is my id. It's
I was
super
thinking
cool.
you get to explore a life that you wouldn't live in your everyday basis.
Yeah, 100%. Like Giga Herrera as a heel has been an interesting journey. It's been character development for myself, at least. Like I can do things that Sean shouldn't be doing throughout the week.
Right.
So it's been interesting.
Yeah, no, I always feel like heels have more fun just because it's like you get to tap into that, you know, like you said, you get to be petty, you get to be pompous and cocky and stuff, where, you know, most people are like, you know, not, I wouldn't say timid's not the right word, but just very like even plain, where, you know, you're just trying not to cause waves, but like most heels, man, like people love heels, like especially good ones. Like if you could talk mad shit, like yeah, dude. Like some of my favorite wrestlers were like some of the best heels. So it's like, you know, I get that, where it's like, okay, like this is who I am as a person, but like now I'm gonna explore like a whole other realm of who I am, but kind of stick that onto my personification of my, you know, of my person.
Sure. What's interesting though is that like Giga Herrera faces more me than anything. Like we're talking about like wrestling characters is pretty much us. That's like 10 times folded. Like face Giga Herrera is that for me.
Do you not see? So you're going to continue going down, or you would like to prefer going down the heel route?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm more saying like I would like to do both still.
Okay.
I like to do both. Like being a face is actually the most challenging for me because I have to keep up athletically. You know what I mean?
You sound right. Oh my god.
Like if you're gonna be a face in wrestling, you have to like, at least keep up your cardio.
That's right. Everyone wants to be heel. They ain't got to do shit. They do a couple strikes and fucking talk shit. Oh my
I
god.
love
He's
heel
so
Giga
right.
Herrera because I don't have to do nothing. You know, I get to talk to people and be an asshole to people.
Exactly. Yeah, you
You
can do shit.
know, like, damn, this is therapy, brother. You guys put me in therapy mode right now. I'm realizing why I like this.
Shit. Oh my.
um, I want to do both because I'm still not like I appreciate what you said, Liam, about or what you said earlier that I'm becoming my own person in this business. I feel like I still need work on it. So I want to do both sides, and I really want to see what I'm trying to aspire to be as a face Giga Herrera, and then I want to continue to figure out how I can still be a heel Giga Herrera. You know, so like
Mhm.
I'm still looking for that, and yeah, hire me, people, hire me. The
Oh
shows that
my
are
man.
opening,
Book this
like,
man.
Look this man.
what time is it? Okay.
508.
All right, it's my contractually thing to say that
Hourly con. Oh
this,
no. Oh my.
that,
But how the fuck did Michael Sean get this deal?
Ah, dude, he's got the small print at the
uh,
bottom.
Get on with it. I get his fucking ego out. Let's go.
this podcast is brought to you by the 209 Dragon's Den, trained by the great Michael Shawn and Mike Hayashi. We have a
Paying us.
I'd
we
like to know
have
if they were. I ain't seen anything yet.
wait, hold on, let me get my plug in. We have a show coming up called Mystic Madness at March 29th over at Avery at the Mystic Saloon. It'll be a kick-ass show, big card for a bar show. There's like what 10 matches, but each match is
Yeah.
fucking insane. Y'all gonna have a good time, get drunk, watch some bloody action.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Assassino versus Giga Herrera in a submission match. And from the sounds of things, we're not gonna do a lot of submissions. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be a little more violent than that. So y'all come through and see some good old fashioned pro wrestling
Yeah.
at a kick-ass bar. That bar is sick.
Yeah, this
Come
place,
through. It's
this
up in the mountains.
station in Avery is fucking mwah, fantastic.
Beautiful.
Ah,
I consider it my hometown because that's where I debuted.
Oh,
I
okay.
debuted at the Mystic Saloon.
that's where I made my return. Was you in
Yeah,
Freeman? Was my first show back?
that's right.
Yeah, that was
That's
my
right. That's when I first
show
met
back.
you. That's right.
That's
Guys,
cool.
Oh shit. That's right. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
that venue's
Yes, come
awesome.
through.
I'm sad I'm not gonna be there, but if you're in the Avery area or in the NorCal area, not in the Central Valley, and want to go see some wrestling on March 29th, get your ass out to Mystic Saloon. Get your ass out to Avery. It's worth the drive. Trust me.
It's a free show.
It's a free show. Not only that,
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
so
also free.
cool that you're so in the mountains that you have to connect to the Wi-Fi to get signal. Like
And it
it's just
cuts.
it's such a cool feeling. Fucking half or like the entire town comes out to the show because it's a small town and you're in the hills. Fuck, it's Saturday night. They're up in here. We're going. They came to us. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
dude,
good time. Come through.
great time. Great time.
Come
Yes, come
through.
through.
No, I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be my first Avery Mystic Saloon show. I've seen a couple of the other matches or other cards that they've had there previously, and like that's been one that I wanted to get on my checklist is to go to that one.
You get Luster the Legend out there.
You get
At the
Luster,
bar.
you get Tony Vargas, you get Michael
Tony Vargas,
Sean, you get El Flaco,
Sean.
you get Giga motherfucking Herrera is who you get.
Boom.
Hey, that's me. Hey. Yeah, y'all can see me there too if you want. Sure.
Oh, I'll definitely be seeing you.
Yeah,
Give,
yeah.
give you a big old fucking hug.
Michael Sean, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
It's
Everything
bald head.
you've done for me.
Do you
Uh,
remember any of the old video games that had like big head mode? I see that with Michael Sean listening to this podcast right now. His head just keeps getting bigger and bigger. The more Giga expected Michael Sean.
It's like Donkey Kong mode on GoldenEye.
okay. On the real side, I really do appreciate Michael Sean. Like,
Oh, we do too, but we're gonna make fun of his little ego head.
But like, he doesn't have to
No.
tell me what he's taught me,
Yeah.
but he does. And Mike Hayashi, amazing person, the most patient person in the world. He he realized my passion for it, and he like went with it. And I got so enthusiastic that he would have to calm me down sometimes. And I he's the most patient person in the world, and I cannot be any more grateful to Mike Hayashi. Coolest coach ever. If you're going to go train at the Dragon's Den. Mike Hayashi, Michael Sean, CJ Dirt, Vinny Massaro, that's the place to be.
Yeah.
You know?
No, there's definitely a lot of talent coming out of the 209's Dragon's Den. Just
There's a row of trainees down there.
We got a new batch. We literally got like new kids like just last week, and I'm promising, and I'm really excited to see what they go through. We got a beginners class now on Tuesdays. That's how big we have become. Like, we had to have a separate class for all the new guys. So I'm really excited to see what they go through. And obviously we have like this regular classes on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and Vinny's class on Mondays. So if you want to learn from literally like the best you have in NorCal, come through Dragon's Den.
I do have a question. I thought Freeman was doing a shoot fight night, like basically like MMA training and shit. Is he still doing that or no?
I think he does actually. A couple of his MMA students came through last Wednesday. I think they have a special time though, and I think that's his own project. I think.
Okay.
But we use the Dragon's Den facility.
Essentially.
Yeah. The den is like you go in the den for everything.
Same location, different type of training. Okay, cool.
Totally. Yeah, I literally took a picture of all of us pro wrestlers and MMA fighters all in one building. It looks like a it looks like a training facility. So
that's dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. So I like to post that eventually.
Yeah, I definitely like what 209 the Dragon's Den has been doing. Like I think Freeman has a vision, and he's gonna be fucking damned if anything's gonna stop him to get what he wants.
Oh my god, yeah, no shit, damn if that's gonna stop him.
He's like, god damn.
Well, yeah. If you're not in the path of Freeman, get out of the way.
Yeah, for real. But no, like oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, what I admire most about Freeman is his tenacity, his passion, and like he's actually like, once you have him as your friend, he'll back you up.
Yeah, he's on your side.
He is on your side, and I'm glad to have him as a friend. If I'll put it that way. Like,
oh yeah,
if you're not his friend, you're fucked.
That's for sure.
No, definitely glad that he's a friend to me and a friend of this show.
Friend to me, friend of the show. I've seen some interactions with those that are not friends with him, and woof. That's all we'll say.
It's not that kind of podcast, right? So.
That's not the topic today, brother.
Okay.
So I got a question for you, Giga. So as far as like your plans for like the next year, like what are you hoping to accomplish?
My immediate goals is to be a regular at some Bay Area shows.
Okay.
One of my like highlights so far this year is me being like my debut in Oasis Pro.
Yeah. By the way, I saw that and I was so happy. I didn't know that was happening, and all of a sudden I'm just scrolling through, and there fucking comes Giga Herrera. I was like, "Oh my! It was my boy!" I was so thrilled.
Yeah, that was super cool. Like knowing the history of Oasis Pro, like just being part of the show, I was really honored. Zoe helped me out with that, and I really appreciate what Zoe did for me. My goal, however, is to be consistent in a Bay Area show. and be part of that experience. Because it's funny because the shows in 209, they're so different from shows in the Bay Area, and it's such a different vibe. Like literally, 209 has like, I'll put it this way, like it's like going from a rock concert to a hip hop concert. Like literally,
I
it's
could
such
see
a
that.
different vibe. Yeah, and like when I went to Oasis Pro, like they were banging some hip hop, and it was such a vibe. Like like that was so cool. So I wanna continue like expanding my presence. I would
Mm.
love to like continue working in 209, obviously. Like make TWF the best show in the area by far. You know, like I'm glad to see TWF growing even now. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's been going on for like 23, like even more, right? 23 years.
Something like that. It's 898 is I think when it started.
98. So we're coming up on
20,
27 years.
yeah, 27 years. I've
98.
never seen the
Somewhere
crowd.
there is right. It's before 2000s for sure. Late 90s, but before 2000s.
I've never seen the crowd so big the past 2 years.
You're
You know what
right.
I mean?
You're right.
Like it's now growing even more, and I
Yeah.
want that to keep happening for Jake, because that guy worked his ass off to get those shows running.
Oh yeah.
Like knowing the history of TWF and knowing that Jake used to do things by himself before the Dragon's Den came along. Like I would love for him to get some success, even further success rather,
Yeah.
and to continue to grow, to get even bigger, you know. And I think Telemony was like the epitome of that continued success. Like that was such a beautiful crowd. Like when the first Telemony show,
Mm.
that was amazing, and I want more of that for TWF. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Show two or just the first?
the second show was in the Philippines, so I
Okay.
wasn't able to.
I was wondering what
Um,
the crowd differences were like because I was on the second show and not the first. That's what I was going to ask.
I am gonna be in the third show,
Okay.
so I will be there till I'm
That
as much
one's
as
in July or May?
May 3rd.
May 3rd, that's
3rd.
right.
May 3rd.
Okay.
I may
Yeah.
be up there. Hastings was going to have a show, but that fell through, so I'm now available. So I may be up there as well.
Jake, book
Yeah,
Sean.
That's not on. This is Tuolumne's a different territory because
Oh
Jake's
wait, no, because he goes through the one promoter, doesn't he?
technically the booker, but he's not the promoter at this point.
That's right.
Yeah, so this is a different story here. So different kind of scenario. If I'm up there, I might end up doing something. I may just go up and watch the show and get drunk. Who knows? It'll be
Hell
after
yeah.
my debut, so I can start drinking again.
up in the mountains. Like,
Yeah, dude. There's
um,
a bar like literally across the street that was really good. So like, oh, dude. The other thing about that venue, and this is to throw back to OG backyard TWF when they were filming in like schoolyards and shit. Right across the street, there's a playground, and I was like, the Falls Count Anywhere match needs to spill out here and in this playground.
Down the slide drop kick.
Yeah, someone's got to go down the slide. Someone's got to fall off the monkey bars.
it's funny since I joined pro wrestling, I didn't know about the scenes around me, and
so
and so I've been discovering bits and pieces of the history of TWF. I recently saw Aaron's video. For those of you in this podcast don't know, Aaron is our main photographer in TWF, but she used to be part of the shows of TWF. And I had no idea that TWF used to stand for Tracy Wrestling Federation. And I didn't know that it started out as a backyard wrestling promotion. And I didn't know that Aaron took a big ass chair shot.
I saw that video too. God damn.
Like I saw that and I'm like, oh.
She sold the shit out of that hit though. Just fucking ragdolled.
She sold it whether she wanted to or not.
Exactly.
Right.
Murder. It was Jake hitting her.
I think Jake was just watching it. I think Jake was in the video, but it was. I'm bad with my history. I'm sorry. It
No,
was the other person.
I'm struggling as well on that part.
And I'm learning it, so
Yeah. It's
because
shout out to Aaron.
that's a couple years before I showed up.
Yeah, so it's really cool, like seeing history unfolding, like of the local scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
You
really cool.
mentioned you didn't know about like how, because like for me when I came back in the scene, I thought TWF was it, and then I was like, oh shit, there's like 10, 20 different promotions out here I never knew of.
Yeah,
Well,
that's how it was for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like first show or first promotion I saw was TWF, and I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. They do a little bit of touring, and then it's like, oh, there's another one over here. Oh, there's another one, and then all of a sudden my feed's flooding with like local promotions. I'm like, oh, dude, these things are coming out of the woodwork.
I can't afford all these shows. God.
Fuck, for real. But no, it's like it's sick. Like, I think NorCal does have, and Central California do have, a rich history of wrestling, and it's not just kind of like podunk promotions being put on. You know what I mean? Like TWF, like we said, it's been around since '98. Like Hood Slam's been around for a while, and then
15 years, because I remember seeing one of their shows in like 2011, 2012, and now we're 2025.
yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I'm glad that like I get to experience like all this, because it's it is exciting. It's really cool to see up and comers come in, bust their ass, bust their chops, and then watch them grow. And it's like it's more personal, because it's like, for me, it's one thing where it's like, oh yeah, I used to watch this wrestler back in XYZ promotion. Now they're in the WWE, where now it's like you're watching dudes at the indies. Them, they're friends of yours, and then you watch them like with the closer eye where they're going, and it's like, it kind of, it's same but different, I guess, in my mind, because it's like, I don't know, it's just really I'm windbagging it here, but yeah, it's just a really cool experience to be able to see that.
Develop a relationship with somebody and then watch them go to those heights.
Exactly. Yes.
You can achieve those heights, sure, but actually having that relationship with somebody and then seeing them achieve those heights is it's like almost like a feeling of pride.
Yeah. No. Exactly. That's the exact word I would use.
I think it's like, if you were to compare it to sports, it's like watching a college player go all the way up to the pros.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
And seeing that person not only be part of a professional team, but be a star, and you can say, I was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what's cool about indie pro wrestling for me. Like, I right now, as of 2025, I'd rather go to an indie show than a WWE show. Like,
Dude,
yeah,
100%.
Dude.
So much. It's so much fun. It's like you could be more intimate with the crowd. As a fan, like, you get to be more interactive.
Yeah.
You could probably be heard more because
totally. You found out last night you can be heard. Fuck you!
Wait a minute.
Go
Wait a minute.
boring.
Did I just do like a full circle?
Yeah. I watched the realization come into your mind as you were
I hate that.
But no, I mean, you're right though. Like, you do create a relationship, like with everyone that's come on this show. Like, I consider friends, and it's like every time I see everybody at a show, it's like I give them a handshake, and some want hugs, some don't. But it's like there's definitely more feeling of like camaraderie in indie wrestling.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, it's a dope thing. And it's like, it's built all in respect. You may not like that person personally, but you have enough respect for them.
Yep.
And like, I think that's like totally admirable, because it's like you're doing dangerous shit and like you have enough care for this person, to make sure that they're taken care of. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I've said it numerous times on this show, but like wrestling is like its own like bubble, and everything else outside of it, like there's nothing else like it. Like,
Very weird.
100%.
yeah, go support local
Go
wrestling.
to your local wrestling show, wherever you are, whatever part of the country, world you're in. Go support your local independent wrestling federation.
For
They
real.
more than those people that have all those television shows and all those broadcast rights. So
For
go to
real.
your local wrestling.
And you'll definitely have, and you won't be spending as much money
You
either,
definitely
which is,
spend as much money.
but just because you're spending less money doesn't take away like
No,
the
No,
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 the
that's
for sure.
excitingness of it.
we're just saying your wallet will be feeling better. That's for
You
sure.
think?
I'd rather go to like an indie show that's like $20 and go to Vegas for like 10 G's just to be up in the blood, the
Dude,
bleeds.
like I
Nah.
don't see the appeal of going to Mania anymore. It's no way. Way too
Yeah.
expensive to be in a nosebleed seat. No. Like
I don't want to take out a second mortgage.
when I was in my 20s, I'd be like, yeah, at one time in my life, I want to go to Mania. Now I'm almost 40. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Fuck that for sure. I'd rather just take the money that I would spend to get a Mania ticket, go to Japan, watch a sumo wrestling show, go check out a deathmatch wrestling show, and probably come back and be like, wow, that was way more part of my bucket list than fucking Mania.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I went to DDT when I was in Japan.
Ooh, how was that?
That was sick. Like,
Yeah.
speaking of indie shows, like Japanese wrestling is cool, and like NJPW, right? That shit is sick.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but with like K-pop dancing.
Right.
Like I don't know. I didn't know the context to this, but when I went to DDT, I went sat down, and like the first thing thing they did was like 4 Japanese dudes came up in the ring and started singing a K-pop song, and they started dancing.
That's amazing.
And I didn't realize that 4 of those guys would be in the card, so they wrestled the rest of the night. I was like, "What is going on?" I was like, "It was." And then I went to the merch table, and like all of those dudes are like naked, like half naked. And it turned out like 90% of the show were all women, like just there. So it was like like DDT was for the women, dude. It was
DC for
interesting.
the women for sure. That's what
Like seeing those
know.
buff, sweaty men in trunks.
Kenny Omega came out of there, Kota Ibushi came out of there, Konosuke Takeshita came out of there. Those are all body guys for Japan. DDT is for the women for sure.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I had no
crazy.
idea.
the other thing I love about DDT is they do get wacky. Did you get any open weight Iron Man title matches on your show?
No, I did get a hardcore match filled with like inflatable
Okay, so
toys.
got some of that because like
Yeah, like
their open weight heavy metal title is like their 24/7 title, but it's been held by like a ladder. A cat's been the champion. Scott Hall won it while like someone was on a tour of like someone from DDT went on a tour of the US and like lost it to like 100 people back here and won it when they had to go back.
that's
It's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, it's so like I was hoping you'd get to see some of that shit because like I hear DDT and that's immediately where my mind goes to that title. I'm like, oh yes, let's go shenanigans.
I had no idea. It was awesome. It was so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
So training questions now that we've covered some other things. How long you been at it, kid?
Oh shit. I started in 2022.
Okay.
Has it only been 3 years? That can't be right.
I mean, math says if you start at 22, it's 25.
I feel like it's been like a decade already, man. God.
Is wrestling
Okay.
years like dog years?
I think so.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Oh my god, I feel like I've been in this for a long time. Wow, I've only
A
been doing
month
this for 3 years.
probably equates to a year, like the wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds like it.
you're not
God.
wrong, dude. You're not wrong.
Ugh. Yeah, I guess I've been only been doing this for 3 years.
Sound kind of heartbroken.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. I told myself this. I might as well tell you guys now. This is breaking news. If I ever become like a security guard in WWE, I'm retiring.
Oh, like that's it. That's the dude. That's it.
Yeah.
Son. Like,
If I am a security guard and I get thrown out by like Seth Rollins or Giga Fatu, I'm done. I've reached the pinnacle. I've reached it. That's it.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I'm
I
done.
ain't gonna get anything else out of here.
Yeah, I'm good. See ya. Like I'll retire and I'll
I-
become a manager.
yep.
Yeah. So
That's
I get
that's
that.
you think I'm joking.
No, no,
no,
no,
Joking.
not because there's a
If that
couple
happens, I'm out.
when they happen. I'm like, I'm done. I've already made up my mind when the couple of these things happen that are on my bucket list happen. Like, I'm out.
Yeah,
Money or no
for sure.
money, fame or no fame. These things happen. All right, we're done.
yeah,
No, for
no,
sure.
that's totally understandable.
I definitely do have like a personal bucket list,
That's what I mean.
of
Once my personal bucket list is done, I'm done. Like, we're out. I'm
yeah.
not staying
I
around.
definitely have that still. Like I haven't written it out physically, but like moments like yesterday when I worked with Torch, I didn't realize that was a bucket list thing, and I finally got the chance to work with him. He was amazing, and for the most part, it was a great match. And I told him thank you, and he said thank you to me back, and I realized, oh, that was a bucket list moment for me. So
That's
okay,
cool.
cool, wow. Like I think what's cool about this whole thing is I'm able to reflect faster now. Like as soon as the day ends, I can reflect and like realize that something cool happened. You know,
Right.
I know that most people tend to not be able to reflect until everything's done, or they don't have a chance to until it's too late.
Mhm.
Like I think because I started late, I'm able to do that faster. So that's what I appreciate about like this moment right now. This thing
Do you
that
think
we're doing.
being old actually helped you out, for lack of a better term?
Yeah,
Like, I got that life grizzlement already. I'm gonna appreciate what I have.
yeah. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.
I was I'm trying to make sure I'm grasping this right. That's what we're saying, right?
I think it wasn't necessarily like the age thing, you know, with the pandemic, then what happened, right?
So life
It
grizzlement, not necessarily age, but just life experiences and shit.
yeah, yeah, and also like um my like I have a personal history of mental disability and mental disorder,
Mhm.
so um it came to me during the pandemic phase and even afterwards, a couple years, and like the repercussions of pandemic, it made me realize I got to do stuff that I always wanted to do before I die. Not to
Yeah.
get
Yeah, dude.
too sad. So I was like, pro wrestling's one of those things, and if it weren't for Maurice, I don't know if you guys know Blacklight. You know Blacklight, Sean. Of course.
Yeah, Sean does black light.
I don't know if you know this, Sean, but it was Blacklight. It was because of him I got into pro wrestling.
I had
Yeah.
some suspicion, and
Yeah.
my suspicion was based on the Futures title.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
where I was like, I think there's a link there, and this
Yeah.
confirms it even more.
It's funny. It's funny. It's funny how pro wrestling works that way, right?
Ah, dude.
Um, yeah, yeah. So he used to work with me in my nonprofit, um, and we were just talking shit, like shooting the shit, been trying to figure out who we are. You know what I mean? And he told me that he was training me to become a pro wrestler. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I like pro wrestling. I love WWE. I grew up watching it. he goes, really? There's a school in Lodi. There's a school in Lodi? I thought schools were only in LA or like somewhere,
Right.
else. And he's like, no, there's a school in Lodi. You should go check it out. And I was like, okay. I went to this come to Jesus moment. I had some therapy. I want to experience something different, before I kick the bucket. Oh, sure. Let me try it. So he gave me Freeman's number, and I called him. He's like, "Hey, Freeman. Hey, Freeman. Oh no, I didn't say hey, Freeman. I didn't know who he was.
Hey,
Freeman.
work, go to work.
Yeah. I call him. I call this guy, and I was like, "Hi. So there's a training somewhere." He's like, "Oh yeah. You just come over to the bar and come over here." Yeah. I was like, "Okay, cool. All right. You sound like a pro wrestler. I trust you." So okay,
I don't need any more verification.
yeah, but okay. Now I'm in his now I'm in his rabbit hole, and this is pretty much the story of every student in the Dragon's Den. Keep that in mind, right? So next week that would be my first day. It was in July, so it was hot, right? Like nice and sunny. Class started at 6 p.m. Right? I drive up to the location that Freeman sends me, and it's the I don't want I'm trying not to say it out loud because it's supposed to be secret, but it's a house and it's bare and you see a grove and there's nothing else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I in the right place? Am I gonna get like ransacked and like die and get kidnapped or like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like no one was there, and I texted the number like is anyone here? It's like, oh wait for 30 minutes. And I was like, oh okay, so I wait for 30 minutes. I drive around and I come back and there's a couple of cars. I was like, it's still not trustworthy. Like it's still in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, like yeah. And I was like, where is it? I'm just gonna explore, and it's a good thing I did. So I come out and I'm walking through this really long aisleway of nothing but dirt. I'm hearing my footsteps, and the closer I get to the facility, I hear do 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 do. Okay, I think that's a ring. Okay, I think I go in, I check the barn, nothing's in there. It's deserted, like there's like mats everywhere, like it looks like a murder scene. I'm like, oh my god, like, and where am I? But I still hear the thuds and the grunts. I was like, where is that coming from? They were training in the back, and it's Mike Hayashi, Michael Sean, a young Santino, and CJ, I think, and they're all just shooting the shit. And I was getting confused because there were three mics. You know what I mean? Like Mike Hayashi, Michael Sean. I'm like, wait, which one's the coach? Mike, hi. Oh, you're the Asian guy, of course. Mike Hayashi, how are you? Michael Sean. That's gonna be confusing because my name is Sean. Okay, cool. CJ, okay, and oh, cool. Santino. I can remember Santino. That's a good name. Freeman comes out, and I thought it was Perry Saturn. Like, oh shit, it's Perry Saturn. That's sick.
Oh shit, we're gonna learn the rings of Saturn tonight? Oh, that's fucking awesome, brother.
Let's go.
I shake Freeman's hand, and then he asked me, "How old are you?" And I was like, 33. Oh, we could work with that. We could work with that. And that was my journey. That's the start of my. I remember the first day, like being scared that I didn't know where I was going, to trying to remember everyone's name, shaking Freeman's hand, and he's asking me how old I am. That's all I remember from it.
Pretty cool though. That's a good first experience meeting everyone.
I'm about to die.
It's funny that you mentioned that about the noises because the first time I went over to there, I kind of had like a similar experience where I'm like, oh, where do I go? And then you hearing like slams, you're like, oh, that's a ring over there. Okay, I'll follow the sound of the ring slams.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like every student that I try to introduce, they have the same experience. Where do I go?
What do we do? Where do I
Yeah.
go?
Just follow
I
the
usually try to go
sounds.
up and try to escort him to the barn. Like,
Oh,
hey,
too
come
kind.
on over here. You're not in danger. Welcome to the Dragon's Den.
Well, you might be, depending on. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, yeah. Depending on
You're
the
not
girl.
getting jumped though,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
baby.
depends on his mood.
Depends, yeah.
Might
Depends.
get drunk just for the hell of it, but
No, earlier I wasn't trying to like grasp on the age thing because I'm even older than you, and I haven't made my debut yet. I wasn't trying. I was trying to get like an aspect on like the mental facility of it, like kind of like I've had these life experiences. I'll be okay going into this kind of thing, not necessarily age. Wasn't trying to make you feel old, man.
no, no. I mean, I know my age. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I am starting late.
I feel
Like
you.
that's not honest truth.
Yeah, I'm later than you, brother. I feel you.
Like I'm trying to do as much as I can before my body goes out. So
Yeah.
and trying to do as much as I can. Still have that balance, but do as much as I can, and like see where the rabbit hole goes.
That's all you.
That's been my philosophy, like from the very beginning. So this is how I am. All right, so this video is sponsored by the 209 Dragons Den. Trainer Michael Sean. He is an excellent person. He smells wonderful.
Yo!
What? What?
He does not smell as good as I and the best smelling everything, Jason Hastings. Thank you very much.
Oh.
He smells good though. But hey, we stand on that business.
I don't really believe it.
I spent
Part of my contract.
$150 on a cologne today for a fucking interview. We stand on that fucking business.
Damn, you getting a Dolce and Gabbana?
Hold on.
Damn. Oh my god. I'm just
Sean.
saying, and it's a contract. You know what I mean?
I feel that you gotta abide by your contract. You got, man's only as good as his word.
But don't try to talk about my smell game when I picked up some Prada Ocean cologne today.
Damn.
Decent, damn near living wage paying job. Ooh, blue by.
I've been having this for like 2 years.
Ooh.
I haven't used it all too.
Call you, tune in. We're having cologne talk.
Hold on. Are we showing off colognes?
Colognes, baby.
All right, let me go grab mine. We're showing off colognes on the show today.
While the hosts of the shows are getting their colognes,
I'm back.
This is brought to you by the 209 Dragons Den.
Get your
run by the great trainer Michael Sean. Dude, you got like 4 plugins, Michael Sean. You owe me, man.
The head is getting bigger. It's bigger.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm off the record. No, I'm on the record, aren't I? Oh well.
Michael.
Anyways, Michael Sean, you're great. You have a great Rough Rider.
You do. The way you said it just made me laugh. You have a great Rough Rider. Where's your cologne, Liam?
So I got this raw chemistry.
Ooh.
Wow.
Look at that, bam. Yeah. No, not high end, but you know what? It smells nice.
It's you. It's your brand, brother.
It matters that it smells nice. It doesn't have to be just because I spent $150 on some good shit. It doesn't have to be $150 smell good. It just has to smell fucking good.
Honestly, when you rocking $150 cologne, man, like
dude,
there's a level of confidence that you hit.
Hey, no, I remember the Michael Jordan cologne. That shit smelled like bug spray, and motherfuckers were buying that for like $200. So fuck that.
Bad purchase.
It smelled straight like bug spray. I remember wearing that as a teenager. I thought that was the coolest shit. Sprayed it. I was like, this is awful. This is real bad.
Yeah, I mean, as long as if anybody listening uses Axe, stop using Axe.
Yo,
this is gonna be as polite as.
No. If you're 15, You could wear Axe.
Yeah, I'm
right.
you're a teenager.
Okay. When you're
Wearing
15,
the axe.
You can wear it. Like, suffer as much as we did. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Like,
you gotta
if,
go through the hoops and
if,
the rituals.
yeah,
if you're
you had to
13
go through
to
the hoop.
18, you can still wear your axe. I'll appreciate you for trying. Thank you.
Yeah.
You put some effort forth at 13 to 18. Good job.
That's
Is
a
Axe still
good
a thing?
point. Good point.
Is Axe still a thing?
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, dude. For
Really?
oh,
Yeah.
that's easy money. That was one of the smartest things. Like double pit to chesty. Oh my,
Yeah.
made all the money, bro.
I remember when I was younger, I would when I'd be smoking and stuff, and like I'd spray Axe, thinking that it like masked the smell. Then it just smelled like Axe and weed. Like it just.
My college job, I'd go smoke weed and go back to the office. I'd be like gum, mouthwash, cologne, body spray, hand sanitizer, like 8 things.
Ain't nobody smelling any weed on me today.
Everyone's just smell chemicals, not fucking marijuana.
Oh man, it's funny.
So Giga, you have March 29th up in the hills, up in Avery. What are you doing up there,
Yep.
bud?
Gonna beat up Assassino.
Title
I'm gonna get my title back.
getting the title back.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Going for that
I'm gonna
TV
tap him out.
championship. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
And then if you
Like,
win, you're defending against him the next weekend, but also against a returning Jaya Jewel.
Ooh.
I'm excited for that. He was also one of my bucket guys. And I want to, like, tear it up in that ring. Colonials is always fucking awesome. And I want to steal the show.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna go steal the show out there. Like, with Assassino, money immediately. Adding Jaya Jewel to the mix is just gonna make it even better.
Yeah.
Like, and me as champion, hell yeah. You know what I mean?
That's that good shit.
He's a former TV champion looking to come back and get that belt too. So it's a bunch of television champions going after the crown right now. It's a loaded division over there in TWF in that television title team.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
No, that's
And I'm
that's
gonna be
a good one.
I'm gonna be top above them all. I want to be the best TV champion out there. I want to be the best TWF champion.
There you go.
There you go.
And
like
goals.
I think that's Liam. You asked that question. Like, what's my next goal? That's it.
That's it. Getting that TV championship.
Getting a TWF championship.
Getting the fucking
the number one.
Woo!
Top belt.
I like that. Well, I hope you
that show
succeed,
better.
man.
Appreciate it.
Shoot for the stars.
That was Giga Herrera just talking now.
Shoot for the stars, right?
Yeah.
Get a dream. Hold on for
Gotta
it.
go.
And
Right?
shoot for the stars.
I am on borrowed time. I gotta go.
I think a lot of us should realize that, and I think that's huge that you realize that. So good for you. Go, fucking go, dude.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'm sure now that you guys are, since we're all in our 30s, like in our 20s, like that kind of thought process didn't really kick in, and then now it's just like, this shit's eventually gonna end now. Like we'd better get our shit in gear.
Yeah, totally. That's
So because you brought that up, I'm gonna get a little deep here. Are you guys comfortable with that fact or not?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go deep, baby.
No, the fact that we'll end. Are you comfortable with that or not?
I am.
Me too.
I mean, it's like to me, that's the beauty in life. Like you're not even promised tomorrow. So it's like if you're not getting busy living, you might as well get busy dying.
Check out, yeah.
Yeah. What was that song from try to think of that. What's that song from Blind Melon? Change? when you stop dreaming, it's time to die.
Yeah.
That's
for me, not yet. Like, there's still plenty of things to experience.
Oh, I'm not saying you're okay with it. Like if it happens tomorrow, like you're
Like not now.
I'm ready to check out now. I'm done.
I'm not trying to go tomorrow. I've got stuff I want to do too. But are you okay with the fact that it will happen?
Oh, to answer that question, no, because I want to experience stuff still. I feel like down the road, like once I have experienced it all, and if I felt that, I think I would be more comfortable with the end, right? But right now, no. I want to still experience things.
Your answer's similar to how I feel right now. I'm personally comfortable with the fact that it will happen. I'm not trying to have it happen now. I have stuff to do before it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my son to watch grow up.
Yeah, like exactly. You're not trying to go out now, but you've got stuff you need. You're okay that it's going to happen, but these things are happening before this happens. Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Covered.
Oh, go ahead, Sean.
I haven't covered enough of the world yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I haven't experienced enough of the world. I don't want to go. I know I'm going to go. I'm comfortable with that fact. There are things I want to do before this happens.
Yeah. So, anybody listening, get your shit in gear and
Go
fucking
live your life. Live your life. These are 3 people on this show that are trying to live their life to their fullest. So do the same.
Live your childhood dream. Go to 209 Dragon's Den as trained by Michael Sean, the greatest trainer along with Mike Hayashi, CJ Dirt, Matt Freeman, and Vinny Massaro. And occasionally, LAX's Hernandez comes through at 209 Dragon's Den. Before you die, live.
He's
That's
right.
true.
Before you die, live. Go
train,
kids. That was great. That
was a good plug.
That was real good.
They all owe me royalties at this
Dude,
point.
they owe you so much money right now. The next student,
I'm beyond the contract.
the next 2 students, you should get their dues.
Pay me now.
Yeah, you pay. My money. My money.
Oh man, that's funny. So Giga, I got a question for you. For people that are looking or have thought about becoming a professional wrestler, like what mindset do you think that they should have going into this crazy fucking wacky world of professional wrestling?
I think about that all the time actually. Like now seeing like the newer students do their thing. A lot of students come and go. It's about commitment. It's about just going for it. Like one of the things that holds students back that I've noticed is once they finally take the bump and they realize that it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go for it. And you can't overthink things. You have to just rely on your instincts. And if it hurts, it hurts. That's why pain exists. It's for you to learn from your mistakes. So take the pain, learn from it, and go for it again. I think that's when I was training. I think what set me apart from all the other students was like I just went for it. Like despite my body, I went for it because I wanted. Because if I overthought it, I would have analysis paralysis, and I wouldn't do it.
What a great.
You should have to go.
Analysis paralysis. Yeah, you're.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah. So, like as a student, if you're gonna be a professional wrestling student, this is for every school, by the way. Like not just 209 Dragons Den. You have to commit. You have to just trust the coaches. Michael Sean Hayashi. Okay, being serious now. Michael Sean Hayashi, CJ Dirt, Freeman. Like literally, if you were to combine those years, like almost 100 years of experience in that under that roof. They tell you to do something, trust it.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for a very long time. You just have to trust what they say and go for that move. Go for that role and follow what they're saying. Don't overthink it. Overthinking in matches is dangerous.
Yeah.
And I've learned that too. I've experienced that before. Like it's gonna hurt. You just have to commit. It's hard, but you have to commit.
Yeah.
So that's my like advice to any student that wants to be in the business is it's gonna suck. Like you have to learn how to deal with it. Like that's the bottom line. Like it doesn't get easier. Like when I took a bump and I was sore the next day, this was like months after my training, like after I started out. I asked Michael Sean about like how do you learn to how do you I don't know. The question was, does it ever not hurt? And he goes, no, it's going to hurt. But that's the point. If you were to like mentally say it hurts, then that means, oh, okay. That means that's the process. That's if you were to learn to accept the pain, then you'll be fine. And ever since I heard that from Michael Sean, bumping got a lot easier for me because I don't have the anticipation of pain. I know it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You almost get numb to it.
Yeah, for the most part. Like it's just like it's part of your life experience. It's part of your routine.
Yeah.
You know, it's like working out. Like if you were to like do like a push up and like it's going to hurt going up and down with the push ups, but that's the point. No pain, no gain. You know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same idea.
Well, and I think like when you're going through stuff like that, like when you're going through training, like I think the trade-off is like you really learn how tough you are, and you begin to find your boundaries and like find yourself, if that makes sense, like through all the pain.
Yeah, I was surprised because when I was growing up, I thought about professional wrestling, but my biggest drawback was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to take the pain. Like, I don't think I have a high enough pain tolerance. And then when I started training, I realized I discovered like, oh, I do have tolerance for it, and I can do this. You know, so I think a lot of like aspiring pro wrestlers that want to do this, they don't think they can take it. You'll be surprised, like once you actually go for it and like commit to a bump, you'll be surprised at how much pain you can take.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised at how well you can do it if you were to like shut your brain off and just do it.
No, I would agree with that. Yeah, because I same thing with me. Like when I was kind of getting like the couple training sessions that I've gotten, like it was like, okay, well, I'm afraid to take the bump. Took the bump, and it was like, okay, that kind of sucked, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. You know, you just kind of wash, rinse, repeat. And like honestly, what made me laugh, and it might have just been because I was going hard like fucking Braun Breaker on the ropes, but the ropes, the running ropes hurt me a lot more than the bumps themselves.
I get more bruises
running
the ropes than I do bumps.
I get more bruises from chops.
I mean, fair.
So it's kind of like I was actually surprised that other people get pain from the ropes when for me I don't feel them.
Oh really?
Yeah, not to like toot my own horn or anything. I didn't realize that there was going to be a pain thing with running the ropes.
Yeah, no, that one took me by surprise.
Oh no, but even me running the ropes, I didn't realize it was a thing.
I'll notice like bruises show up on my arm from running hooking the rope. I'm like, oh, I'm all bruised up. What the hell? Or whatever.
Maybe I just don't hit the ropes hard enough. Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, no. I had Hernandez. He's like, yo, slow the fuck down. Because I just getting like the movement down, like the 3 steps, boom, turn, 3 steps, turn, and like I just picked it up like really quick, and then he's just like, yeah, you need to slow the fuck down.
Nice. He's coming back.
Yeah.
I think he's coming back in Rio Mania.
Yeah.
He's doing special classes, I think, throughout the week. So if you guys are down,
I'll have to travel down there for that for sure.
Yeah, I'll probably be up there.
Pros, I don't think upcoming students are allowed. I can double check, but for sure, semi-pros and pros are down to come over and learn from Hernandez.
No, if you're one if you're like a professional wrestler and you don't train at the Dragon's Den, definitely look at going to talk to Hernandez. Like we mentioned it on the show with Perry. The dude will literally just take as much time as everyone needs to answer every single freaking question, no matter how ridiculous you may think it is. Like that dude like wants people to succeed. You'll get some loving terms of endearment sometimes from Hernandez, but like it's literally all in like faith and like fortune that he wants to see you succeed.
I have a Hernandez impression. I just want to
Beat thin skin.
Yeah.
You said you had an impression of Hernandez?
I do. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do it.
He'll throw me off the roof.
Oh man.
But
yeah,
if I said anything more, I might get canceled.
When was it? It was before Rio Mania that we figured it out, right? Or when he was doing the training, because I thought it was later in the April, but it's the beginning of April. It's like the week before Rio Mania, isn't it?
I have no idea. I think it's either before Rio Mania weekend or after Rio Mania weekend.
I'd
be surprised if it was.
It's one of the two. I don't remember which either. It's one of those two for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely worth the price of admission. Like the wealth of knowledge that you'll get and experience is truly like great.
Totally.
But yeah.
Giga, you got anything you need to plug?
Not like
Michael Sean of the 209 Dragons. Michael Sean's the best trainer in the whole world. I love Michael Sean. Michael Sean is just the best. His rough is so good, and all of his tights that look like other wrestlers from the mid '90s are also awesome. I knew I saw something with the tights thing. I was like, "You Bret Hart, motherfucker!"
I am just down to plug TWF shows. So, and a big MF show. So the Avery show on the 29th for sure. Rio Mania on April 5th.
Yeah.
And the Telamity show on May 4th. So y'all should come through.
Oh, yeah.
As for me, if y'all want to follow me on Instagram at Giga Herrera, like you can do that and see both face Giga and heel Giga in the same account. Like
hell yeah.
I'm both. And also sponsor me. I can't afford new tights. So if you're a big company and wants to sponsor me, let me know. I'm down.
Pay my
get this man paid.
Find me. I want to be on your show. Like I want to go everywhere. I would like to be part of your show. That's all I have.
Hell yeah.
This is brought to you by Michael Sean and the 209 Dragons Den. He has a great mustache and beard, I guess.
He's a good we know he has a beard right now.
I'm running out of things to say about him.
His
He
ass
has a great
in the sun.
He ripped off the NWO.
Walk it.
I'm in trouble. There goes my
New World Order
for life.
Oh, inside joke. They got the 209 click. Eventually, we're gonna have D Dragon X. So now that it's out in the public, it's happening. So
it's gonna be
how it's gonna happen.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's it. D
Dragon
Razzle and Dazzle. D-Dragon X. Hayashi, kind of like the China of the group.
You heard it here first, folks.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Why did I say Hayashi? Maybe like Zeke or something would be kind of.
You know why you said Hayashi.
Here, hold that thought. I am have to go to the bathroom really bad.
All right, we'll cut here.
Yeah.
You know why you said Hayashi?
Is it off the record now, or
Yeah,
are we off the record?
This part's off the record.
Okay. No, I didn't because he was Asian.
Oh no, fucking didn't Ugly when he was training with Ugly put him in a dress to get him out of his shell?
No, I didn't think of that at all. I was thinking the race.
That's what I thought you were talking about. I
know that story.
Yeah,
I know that story.
Yeah, I could have sworn that's what you were referencing was Ugly putting.
No. I was referring to his Asianness. That because he's Japanese.
I put that together. I just went with the fact that Ugly put him in a dress, and I was like, "You motherfucker, that's good."
No, I didn't mean that.
Like that was really good. Oh, did we lose you?
Dude, it's like every episode.
We're about to wrap up. We're now back on the record.
But yeah, no, really appreciate you coming on, Giga. It's been a good time talking to you, having some laughs.
Of course, I appreciate you guys having me. A long time coming. Another bucket list thing, actually. So thank you guys.
Not a problem. Glad to appreciate you, man. But yeah, no, if you guys are in the NorCal, SenCal area and Giga Herrera's on the card, definitely go check it out. You'll have a good time. Like the dude's a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you. Or else.
Or else what?
or else Michael Sean will come get you.
Or else I would plug in Michael Sean, which is brought to you by 209 Dragons. Right now. This is brought to you by 209 Dragons and join in Michael Sean.
Oh man. We actually got some plugs too.
Yes, they are. The 209 Dragon's Head landed up by Michael Sean.
Yeah, this thing is driving to the ground. This bit is all the way dead. Like
not for us, brother.
I picture Milhouse, or I picture the one thing from The Simpsons. He's like, "Stop it! Stop it! He's dead already!"
Beat the shit out of it.
I was thinking the South Park episode where Jared is like beating a horse.
The dead horse. I want my AIDS. Ugh. Ugh.
Oh man. But yeah, a few plugs here for us. We got Pro Wrestling Plus.tv for all of the promotions in the local area. TWF, CWA, and I think they have other ones. I can't.
You'll see a lot of Giga Herrera matches.
A lot of Giga Herrera matches on there. Dude, speaking of that fucking that hardcore match that you had with Landon at Modesto Madness, dude, the when you guys took that shit outside and you tossed Landon in the chairs, I was sitting there filming just like, holy fuck.
What do you want? He's in whatever. He deserved it, so.
Yeah, go check that one out. I know that they have that one free on ProWrestlingPlus.tv. If you work out and you want to get some creatine or any sort of pre-workout, Edge of Insanity, go check out Psychopharma, code Turnbuckle, get 20% off. Highly recommend it. You get your L-citrulline, beta-alanine, 350 milligrams of caffeine, all that good shit to get yourself swole, looking thick and juicy, and feeling like you're riding on the edge of a lightning bolt. And then, ProWrestlingTees.com. We got shirts up there. All that good stuff. Support the show. Helps us keep the lights on in this studio.
Liam and I have some designs in mind that we need to actually sit down and talk about.
Yeah. we're gonna have some fun stuff here, and then
They're, for lack of a better term, what I like to call some the example of 420 booking in wrestling via a
yeah. Also, real quick, I just realized next month, Turnbuckle Tapes have been around for a year.
Let's go.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we don't have a year's worth of episodes because we've missed a few weeks, but
I mean, life circumstances happened. There was one full week we couldn't do an episode because both you and I were on the show working a show.
yeah.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Shame on us. Shame. Yeah, no. Oh man, but yeah, no, Giga, thank you again, dude. Appreciate you. And if
For sure.
Thank you guys. Yeah, no problem, man. And then thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you. Love you. Love the support. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the social media things that you do on social media. Greatly appreciate it. Tell your friends, and then have your friends tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends, have your friends tell your friends. Real Mania Hype's gonna be hitting hard on the podcast real soon.
Yeah, no, we got a couple things planned.
Yeah, we got some real hype planned. So tell your friends, get your ass out to some professional wrestling shows in the NorCal area, kids.
Yeah. Honestly, all you would need to do is just Google like local wrestling promotion near me, and I'm sure you'll find something. But yeah.
Don't undercut our job, Liam.
No, listen to Listen to Turnbuckle Tapes. You find out all the upcoming shows.
Find out here. You find out here. Turnbuckle Tapes.
You don't need any other social media page. Just Turnbuckle Tapes. That's it. That's all that matters.
All right, boys.
All right. Well, thank you again, guys. Thank you again, Giga, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.